You're welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Joey Sparks. That's 2 E's, no Y. You heard me, 2 E's, no Y. And in this video, we are going to be reviewing the behind the scenes breakdown on how we produced the music video Ugly Boys by Black Pegasus and Anthony Ray. Now, them two is my homies. I had the opportunity to shoot a music video for them, so I thought it'd be dope to make a video that discusses things like how we decided on location, the dangers of stickers, how I decided to color it, and basically an overall general behind the scenes look and breakdown on how this music video was produced. So if you're ready for the behind the scenes on Ugly Boys, then let me know. But first, you know I gotta play my intro. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, coffee sip. Coffee sip. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you're bang. Okay, take that down. Before we get started, please do me a favor, like and comment on all the content, preferably as soon as it comes out. Helps my videos go higher in the algorithm and stay there for longer. I'll appreciate you for it. Also, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button. I'm a music videographer by trade, so any video you see on this channel is created from a videographer's point of view. Okay, I do reactions, reviews, unboxings, and interviews, so hit the subscribe button. Join my community. We're super polite and uplifting, positive bunch. And if you don't believe me, try making friends in the comments. All right. Now, little backstory. My buddy, big bro, Black Pegasus. He made friends with a YouTube reactor from Belgium, Anthony Ray. They are part of the Avengers reactors, right? So Anthony Ray had the opportunity to come visit. So he flew all the way over to little old Colorado Springs, and him and Black Pegasus got to create a bunch of reactions in studio together, as well hit the recording studio and create a bunch of music. One of those songs to come out of that creative music studio session was Ugly Boys. Now, this was really dope track because they got to go back and forth like a traditional duo, almost like, you know, one MC spits 4 bars and the next MC plays his 4 bars after those previous 4 bars, and back and forth like that throughout the whole song. It was super dope. The beat was slapping. So I had a great basis for inspiration. The only caveat is we didn't have long to create music videos for these songs. Because not only did Ugly Boy get a music video treatment, Mind, Body, and Soul, Never Met featuring Andy Rue, and then a solo music video for Anthony Ray called Studio Gangsters. We filmed all of that in a matter of 2 days. That was with only a day or two to plan, almost like a day and a half to plan once they finished the song. So once they finished the song, Black Pegasus hits me up. He says, we got 4 songs, right? Tells me the songs, sends me the songs. We start brainstorming. We start thinking about locations, being that these videos aren't going to have time to produce like a storyline, you know, like some sort of cinematic slow motion storyline that plays along with it. Can't do that. Can't plan a one take. We just don't have the manpower and the time to do it. So these were going to have to be basically performance based music videos. Luckily, those are my type of music videos. That's what I started with. Excuse me. And I can shoot them very, very well. Okay, so the first location that we had in mind to shoot this Ugly Boys was almost like a pair of train tracks that was behind this loading dock that Black Pegasus had shot on once before. But when we drove to that location, we found out they literally had built all around it. It had been that long since he used that location prior that when we came back to it, it was no longer there. So we had to kind of think on the fly, and literally within a 5-minute drive of that location, we found a parking lot to stop because we were like, we think we can find some locations up here. Excuse me. And so keep that in mind as we're checking this out. So if you haven't seen the music video, it goes a little something like this.
Ugly boys come out and play.
Just so you can see.
Hey, LBP, this dude gon' get your hands up. We be robbing rappers, take them hostage for ransom. You thought we was brothers by the look of your reaction. Ugly boy style, but my mama think I'm handsome. Some cash right over to your boy. They don't really want beef in the streets. Soy seek and destroy. Over beats, I deploy Glock. Head spin like a B-boy.
Ugh. Sick. 666. So that's the final product. If you haven't seen it, go hit the link in the description and watch it, and then come back. I don't know why you're here. We're getting ready to see the BTS before the music video. So make sure you've seen that music video. It should be linked in the description. So we did find some accessible areas, right? Let me go ahead and play some behind the scene footage. This was the last locate. All the locations were within like walking distance and like literally like half a block. Like this is down the hill from Anthony Ray's area and Black Pegasus solo area, and then the under the streetway is literally right behind us from the. Wow, I'm sitting here talking to y'all can't even see me. So right up the hill, right up this way is where Anthony Ray and Black Pegasus solo scenarios are at, and then right behind us from this location, behind me here across the street, is the under the bridge pathway that we used. Okay, now this little junkyard area, if you look, let me go ahead and blow it up for you guys. If you look back here, it's got some broken down cars and stuff like that, and a fence entryway. We didn't even see it until we came down the hill from Anthony Ray's areas. Like Anthony Ray and Black Pegasus solo areas we found up this hill, and then on the way back down towards our cars we saw this truck, and we were like, we should perform in front of this truck. And they were like, no, we should perform with all this junkyard as some of the background. Totally worked out. And this is kind of the process, you know, like I'll put the performers in an area, right? Make sure they got a decent backdrop, usually in a shaded area or the sun to someone's back. We got the music played off of a speaker in my phone somewhere near over here. And then we just give it the light.
Boy style, but my mama think I'm handsome. Handsome cash.
So here you'll be able to see in the top corner the real look of the footage, and it is playing at the same time. You get to see this BTS. So
right over to your boy. They don't really want beef in the streets, eating soy, seek and destroy. Over beats, I deploy Glock, pop, lock, head spin like a B-boy. Two stepping on your toes, we don't really do the dancing. We analyzing lyrics for the money we enhancing. I'm pulling all the strings, you're a puppet doing acting. I'm a father first, now I'm son of all you bastards. Turn the bass up till we blow the damn amps out. Intense, but catch me outside like a camp out. On the grind coming up, pull the damn ramps out, push the envelope, better get your damn stamps out.
Woo! So, as you see, pretty standard, right? Just have them perform. And I love, like if you're seeing here, the light leaks that come through but don't mess with my talent, but create like a lighter background, while we still have lots of contrasty shadows down here. Super dope.
Cash beat, carrying the tool, cause you know it come in handy. Dress to impress for success.
Them boys came to perform on this one too. Was really able to get Anthony Smooth Anthony Ray out to his like ugly boys vibrance, you know what I mean? So he really played up the part. Let's go ahead and move forward a little bit. We did have a patron who kind of walked by. See this brother in the pink here. So this man stays in the trailer here, and so he just came out to peek on us, and he's like, no, go ahead and do it. And what was funny was at one point in time, you can't see it on the footage because it happened right about here where I was standing in front. He was like, if you need a gun for it, I got it. And he pulled it out and showed it like this. And then it was funny because Anthony spoke on it later. He was just like in Belgium, we got guns too, but like, here everybody gets it. And that's like literally the guy who living in this camper here, he even keep one too. It's just like everybody rides with it around here. It's just, I mean, he's better to get caught than without, and that's one of the joyous pleasures of being an American. So that was one of the areas. Then we went up the hill, and you can see there's this overlook right here. And so like this is a bridge and there's train tracks with overgrowth over here. The reason I chose this is because you can kind of see when they show the footage, the Colorado Rockies, you can kind of see like the Colorado Rockies mountaintops, right? So the mountain skyline is right behind him here. And so I was like, you know, this will be dope because we'll occasionally get some cars that roll through here and we'll get able to see the mountains in the distance behind him. Plus, we're trying to contrast and we're going to use all this amber color, like the leaves that are changing, turning yellow, the sun that was hitting them, pushing them extra yellow, the gold in their chains, as well as Black Pegasus hat. Like it just lends to using, I don't know how you say it, just using a golden or amber touch. Here's a look what the footage looks like. Over to your boy. They don't really want. This is, and you can see our boy Black Pegasus here. He was also getting some BTS for himself, right? Beef in the streets, eating soy, seek and destroy. Over beats, I deploy. You can see here some of the Colorado Rockies right in the background, as well as some of that traffic keeping moving in the background. But once again, got to have the sun to the back and to the side. That gives us a little highlight separating him from the background here, as well as not blowing out his face so we can keep that well lit. Pause. Blowing out his face is crazy. Moving mad. So, like a B-boy. Two-stepping on your toes, we don't really do the dance. We analyzing lyrics for the money we enhancing. I'm pulling all the strings, you're a puppet doing acting. I'm a father first, now I'm sonning all you bastards. Right? Super, super dope, super, super easy. Finished up, shot a couple takes there, and then we moved on to the next spot. That was going to be considered Anthony Ray's solo area. So you'll notice Black P was not in any of those shots. Then we moved down the train tracks a little bit. And Black Pegasus gave us a little show right here. He said that is what we call in America sexual chocolate. in America. That's what he kept saying. Sexual chocolate. That's what we call it in America. You know, like Black Pegasus got a great sense of humor. So this was a nice spot for his, right? For his solo spot. Once again, his hat, his change, and some of this overgrown grass over these train tracks really created that golden, that amber color scheme that I was able to ride with. And then we just were able to shoot it here, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't move back and forth too much. But I got to tell you, right where I was standing and where I was filming, right where I was filming for him and Anthony Ray, I ended up in a bunch of stickers. Not like stickers, but like somebody called them cockleburrs, but I got to say pause every time I say that shit. The little sticking things that you find around shrubbery and like overgrowth and stuff like that got all over my socks, my hoodie, everything, man. I was stuck with it every time I turned for the rest of the day. Ow! But here's a look at what the footage looks like. Some cash right over to your boy. They don't really want beef in the streets, eating soy, seek and destroy. Once again, you get to see the Colorado Rockies behind him, just the tail end of them, right? We've got these train tracks, which are leading lines to tell you to look at him. And then once again, that golden temp just fits perfect with this, with the weeds that are growing and with the sun rays that we were getting at that time of day. For beats, I deploy Glock, pop, lock, head spin like a B-boy. Two-stepping on your toes, we don't really do the dance. We analyzing lyrics for the money we enhancing. I'm pulling all the strings. That part did not make it in the music video. So yeah, you'll see me right here. I'm taking some of them cockleburrs off right now. This is just me getting stuck. Everybody's wrapped up, and then you can just see I'm just like, damn it, what is this? What is this? Ow! And then sure enough, another cockleburr, sharp as hell too, dry and sharp. So like when you grab them, they would break off and stick into your hand, and so then you have to take that little brittle part out. So yeah, it was just some of the trials and tribulations of a videographer. You just never know. So then we went ahead and pulled down the camera and went to our final spot. Our final spot was right underneath where we shot right there. It was the overpass that the trains would go on. And so, of course, they built a road underneath. Those train tracks are no longer used, But man, the rust of these pillars just called for film here. This is almost like industrial, kind of, dilapidated end of town. Perfect for rap. And so once again, just want to film them. Oh, and if you'll notice in this one, where was I at? Sorry, I don't have that. You'll see this right here. Look at my hand. You see the camera? If you'll notice right here, there's no steady rig. I was going handheld with it. And the reason I went held with it is in the other clips, I used a stabilizer, right? A motorized stabilizer. It keeps the camera steady no matter which way I move. And if I go up and down, it just keeps the horizon line straight. This song was very fast on the BPMs, the beats per minute. So the song tempo was faster. Usually the micro jitters you get when you handheld add to the speed of the footage. It just makes everything seem faster, right? But I wanted some smooth parts. So you can put shake in later to the smooth parts, which I did, but I also wanted a scene where I manually put in some camera shake, and this is the area that we did it from. Check it out.
Mama think I'm handsome. Handsome cash right over to your boy. They don't really want beef in the streets, eating soy, seeking destroy. Over beats I deploy. Glock pop, lock head spin like a b-boy. Two stepping on your toes. We don't really do the dance. We analyzing lyrics for the money we enhance.
So you see how that footage right down here, it just goes so fast. Check it out.
For beats I deploy. Glock pop, lock head spin
see
like
how
a b-boy.
fast the shakes add?
We don't really do the dance. We analyzing lyrics for the money we enhance. And I'm pulling all the strings. You're a puppet doing
Woo! Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Just super matching as far as the speed, tempo of the footage and the beats, right? The BPMs. So that was just kind of the sections and locations. But then later I had to put the footage into my processor. Now I shoot on something we call log, right? Specifically S-Log3. I use a Sony and they call their logs S-Log, Sony log, right? And that is a really washed out version of the image, but it still keeps all the details in the shadows and the highlights, which allow you as the editor to later to get to manipulate colors and textures and tone of the footage later on to your liking, right? Shoots it super washed out. Later on, you get to implement. And here's a look at what the footage looks like. Oop, not that. Here we go. Boom, right? So here's the thing. This top part here is what we call S-Log. That's the flat color I shoot in, right? You'll see it almost looks gray. Like you can't even tell his hoodie is black in this moment. It looks like the most overly washed black hoodie, and now it's starting to turn gray, right? Then next we switch it to conventional colors. It spreads out the color for you a little bit, but it's not exact. We switch it to a Rec 709. And then finally you'll see here down in the bottom is what we call the color grade. That's where we get everything correct in the Rec 709. So that means white balance correct, as well as we get our tonage, right? Like shadow levels versus highlight levels versus your blacks versus your whites and the contrast that those create. That happens here. Then in here, I get to add my own color theory, right? I get to push certain colors, pull certain colors, and give it my own color temperature, right? So if you'll notice, I went with kind of a traditional orange and teal. So I bumped up just a little bit of their skin tone, but I didn't want to go too far where they look unnatural, right? But that lended to pumping up the yellows in the jewelry and his hat. But what my favorite part is when you put a teal into the shadows. So if you look at the color, or look into this support beam right here, mad rusty looking. It's got some blacks in here, right? And some shadows, but it's mad rusty looking. You still get to keep those rust, but I implemented a little bit of teals, a little bit of blue and green into the blacks of the footage. And so now it it just has more of a produced look, a more of a like, you know, a professional grade to it, and it stands out from other footage. Check it out. You see what I mean? Even some of the shadows back here, the street has more blue in it than it has over here. Now, don't get me wrong. You could just chill at Rec 709. But when you get better with it, then you want to just pump up the color a little bit more. Give it a little bit of panache, a little bit of pizzazz so it doesn't look crazy. But some people I've seen recording this and put this out, which is crazy. I don't know why they don't have friends to tell them you don't put out log footage. You know what I mean? Log footage is what you start with. You got to change the texture of log footage. So yeah, man, super lucky to have the opportunity to film for Black Pegasus and Anthony Ray. I've been filming for Black Pegasus pretty much since the pandemic started, and we've been rocking strong since then. Now, he's been featured in other people's videos who use another videographer, and he's even regurgitating some of his older music videos that I didn't shoot. But trust me, if there is a new music video being shot for Black Pegasus, I'm who he's calling, and I love that relationship. That's big bro, right? And then the fact that I got to meet Anthony Ray, and we got to do reactions for one day, and then I got to shoot 2 days worth of 4 music videos for the brother. I mean, like, he seemed like a friend. Like, he literally just grew up over here with us, but really he's from Belgium. But he got the same flavor, the same sense of humor. And he's a talented, like, musician himself. So he got bars. He can beatbox better than anybody I know in real life. So it was super dope making that link up and then just getting to build off that, because now they get to release a music video and I get to tell you what we did behind the scenes to make it happen. If you enjoyed these type of videos, these director reviews, these BTS breakdowns, make sure you tell me in the comment. Tell me some of your favorite production spots that I went over, and then the next review we'll be sure to focus more on that, okay? Also, if you're not subscribed to me, Black Pegasus and Anthony Ray, do me a favor and make sure you're subscribed to all three. We've got tons of content that we all three are a part of that'll be coming out soon, so you might as well subscribe to all of us. That little bit of love go a long way, you know what I mean? If you're already subscribed and you've already seen the music video, you're a real MVP, and I mess with you, okay? Just know, if you were here, I'd give you a pound in real life. You feel me? All right, shout out to Black Pegasus, shout out to Anthony Ray, and shout out to y'all for watching, okay? I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.